The Old Space Kings. In the vast darkness of space, far beyond the twinkling stars visible from Earth, there lived a mighty group of aliens. They called themselves the Zorthal Empire. For thousands of years, they ruled over countless planets and star systems. The Zorthal were the undisputed kings of space. These space kings looked strange to human eyes. They had blue skin that shimmered like the ocean on a sunny day. Their heads were big and round, with 3 eyes that glowed in the dark. The Zorthal were tall and thin, with long fingers perfect for working with their advanced machines. The Zorthal Empire had technology that seemed like magic to most other aliens. They had ships that could jump across the galaxy in the blink of an eye. Their weapons could destroy whole planets if they wanted. They wore suits that made them nearly immortal, living for thousands of years without getting old or sick. With all this cool tech, the Zorthal thought they were the best beings in the universe. They looked down on other aliens, thinking no one could ever be as smart or strong as them. This made the Zorthal very proud and a little mean. Every few years, the Zorthal would find a new group of aliens just starting to explore space. Instead of being friendly, the Zorthal would often bully these new aliens. They would say, "Join our empire and obey us, or we'll destroy you." Many alien races were so scared that they agreed, becoming part of the huge Zorthal Empire. The Zorthal didn't like aliens who said no. When a brave group tried to fight back, the Zorthal would use their big ships and strong weapons. They would attack the aliens' planets, breaking their cities and taking their resources. The Zorthal thought this was okay because they believed they deserved to rule everything. Life in the Zorthal Empire wasn't all bad. Planets that joined got some cool tech and protection from space dangers. But they had to follow strict rules. The Zorthal decided everything: what jobs aliens could do, what they could learn, and how they should live. Many aliens in the Empire were unhappy, but they were too afraid to complain. At the top of the Empire was the Zorthal Emperor. He lived on a huge space station that looked like a shiny metal star. This station, called the Cosmic Throne, was bigger than most moons. It had everything the Emperor wanted: big rooms, fancy gardens, and powerful weapons to keep him safe. The Emperor had a special council of the smartest Zorthal. They helped him run the Empire and make big decisions. These council members were very powerful and lived almost as well as the Emperor himself. They spent their time thinking of ways to make the Empire even bigger and stronger. One day, a Zorthal explorer ship found a new solar system. It had a pretty blue and green planet that looked perfect for new life. The Zorthal were excited to add this planet to their empire. They didn't know that this small world, which its inhabitants called Earth, would change everything. The Zorthal sent a message to Earth, expecting the usual fear and quick surrender. But something strange happened. The beings on this planet, called humans, didn't answer right away. They weren't scared. Instead, they were curious and wanted to learn more. This confused the Zorthal. Every other alien race they met was either scared or tried to fight right away. But these humans were different. They asked questions. They wanted to trade and learn. Some even seemed excited to meet aliens. The Zorthal Council didn't like this. They weren't used to aliens acting this way. Some council members thought the humans were trying to trick them. Others thought humans might be too stupid to understand how powerful the Zorthal were. The Emperor decided to wait and watch. He told his ships to stay hidden and learn more about these weird humans. For the first time in thousands of years, the Zorthal felt unsure. They didn't know what to do with aliens who weren't scared of them. As they watched Earth, the Zorthal saw humans do amazing things. These small, short-lived beings were learning and growing fast. They built better ships, cured diseases, and started to explore their own solar system. The Zorthal were surprised by how quick and clever humans could be. Some younger Zorthal thought humans could be useful to the Empire. They wanted to make friends and learn from humans. But older Zorthal were worried. They saw humans as a threat to their power. These old leaders started to make plans to stop humans before they became too strong. Little did the Zorthal know, their long rule as the kings of space was about to be challenged. The age of humans was beginning, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Humans say hello. While the Zorthal were secretly watching Earth, humans were busy growing and learning. They didn't know aliens were real yet, but they dreamed about meeting them one day. This dream pushed humans to explore space more and more. In the year 2045, humans took a big step. They built their first colony on Mars, the red planet next to Earth. It wasn't easy. The first colonists had to live in small, bubble-like homes and wear special suits to go outside. But they did it. This made humans very proud and excited to do more. 10 years later, in 2055, something amazing happened. A team of scientists on Earth made a new kind of engine. They called it the Star Jumper. This engine let spaceships go really, really fast, almost as fast as light. Suddenly, traveling to faraway stars didn't seem impossible anymore. The whole world got excited about space again. Countries that used to fight each other started working together. They built big ships with Star Jumper engines and trained brave astronauts to fly them. In 2060, the first human ship left the solar system. They were going to a nearby star called Alpha Centauri. The Zorthal, still hiding and watching, were shocked. They couldn't believe how fast humans were moving forward. Some Zorthal leaders wanted to stop the human ship, but others said to wait and see what would happen. The human ship took 4 years to reach Alpha Centauri. When they got there, they found something incredible, a planet that could support life. They named it Nova Terra, which means New Earth. The astronauts landed and began to study this new world. But Nova Terra had a surprise. It wasn't empty. A group of friendly aliens already lived there. They looked a bit like tall, furry elephants and called themselves the Quillians. The Quillians were excited to meet humans and welcomed them warmly. News of this meeting spread fast when it reached Earth. People everywhere were amazed and happy. Humans weren't alone in the universe. Schools, governments, and scientists all started preparing for a new age of talking with aliens. The Zorthal couldn't hide anymore. They saw that humans now knew about aliens, so they decided to say hello too. In 2065, a big Zorthal ship appeared near Earth's moon. It was huge, like a floating city made of shiny metal. At first, people on Earth were scared. The ship was so big, but the Zorthal sent a friendly message. They said they came in peace and wanted to meet Earth's leaders. After a few days of excited talks, a meeting was set up. The Zorthal ambassador met with leaders from all over Earth. The meeting happened in a big room at the United Nations in New York. The Zorthal ambassador was tall and blue, with eyes that glowed softly. He spoke in a deep, musical voice that humans found strange but nice. The ambassador told humans about the great Zorthal Empire. He said they ruled many planets and had amazing technology. The Zorthal offered to share some of this tech with humans if Earth joined their empire. Many human leaders were impressed and excited by this offer. But some humans were worried. They asked hard questions. Will we still be free to make our own choices? What happens if we say no? The Zorthal ambassador didn't like these questions. He wasn't used to aliens being so direct. The meeting ended with no clear decision. The Zorthal said they would give humans time to think about joining the empire. They left a small group of Zorthal on Earth as guests to help humans learn more about them. Over the next few months, Zorthal visitors were seen all over Earth. They went to schools, visited famous places, and even appeared on TV shows. Many humans loved learning about these advanced aliens. Kids especially thought the Zorthal were cool, with their glowing eyes and shimmering skin. But not everyone was happy. Some humans didn't trust the Zorthal. They thought the aliens might have secret plans to take over Earth. These worried humans started groups to watch the Zorthal carefully and protect human freedom. Meanwhile, humans kept exploring space. They sent more ships to meet the Quillians and look for other aliens. Humans also started building bigger space stations and making plans for colonies on more planets in their solar system. The Zorthal were surprised by all this activity. They weren't used to seeing a young species move so fast and do so much. Some Zorthal thought humans were wonderful and wanted to be friends, but others in the Empire were scared. They thought humans might become too strong too quickly. As months passed, the question of joining the Zorthal Empire became a hot topic on Earth. People argued about it everywhere, on TV, in schools, and at dinner tables. Some said it would bring amazing gifts of technology and knowledge. Others said humans should stay free and find their own path in space. The Zorthal waited for an answer, but they were getting impatient. They weren't used to waiting for smaller, younger aliens to make up their minds. The Emperor and his council started to make secret plans. If humans said no to joining the Empire, the Zorthal would need to decide what to do next. Earth was changing fast. Humans were excited about their new place in a big, alien-filled galaxy. But they didn't know that hard times were coming. The choice they would make about the Zorthal Empire would change the fate of both humans and aliens forever. The fight begins. The day finally came when Earth had to give its answer to the Zorthal Empire. After months of debates and votes, the people of Earth decided they would not join the Empire. Humans wanted to stay free and find their own way in space. When the Zorthal Emperor heard this, he was angry. No one had ever said no to the Empire before. He called his war council and made a plan. The Zorthal would take over Earth by force. One morning, people on Earth woke up to a scary sight. The sky was full of Zorthal ships. They were big and dark, blocking the sun in many cities. The Zorthal sent a message: "Surrender now, or we'll attack." But humans didn't give up. Instead, they got ready to fight. All around the world, people worked together. Scientists quickly made new weapons to fight the alien ships. Soldiers and everyday people prepared to defend their homes. The first battle happened over New York City. Zorthal ships tried to land, but they were met with a surprise. Humans had made energy shields that protected the city. The alien weapons couldn't break through. This made the Zorthal very frustrated. Next, the Zorthal tried to take over Earth's moon base. They thought it would be easy, but they were wrong again. The humans on the moon had dug deep tunnels and set traps. When Zorthal soldiers went inside, they got lost and many were captured. These first wins made humans excited and brave. They started to think they might have a chance against the big empire. All over Earth, people came up with clever ideas to fight back. In Australia, people used the hot, empty desert to trick Zorthal ships. They made fake cities that disappeared when aliens got close. In the Amazon rainforest, humans hid in the trees and used the thick jungle to sneak up on enemy soldiers. The Zorthal couldn't believe what was happening. Their perfect plan was failing. The Emperor got even angrier. He sent more ships and soldiers to Earth. The war got bigger and more dangerous. But humans had a secret weapon: their creativity. Earth's engineers worked day and night to make better technology. They studied captured Zorthal weapons and learned how to make their own. Soon, human ships could fight Zorthal ships in space. One of the biggest helps for humans came from an unexpected place. Some young Zorthal, who thought the war was wrong, decided to help Earth. They secretly gave information to humans about the Empire's plans. This made it easier for humans to defend themselves and even attack Zorthal bases. The war wasn't only happening on and around Earth. Humans used their Star Jumper engines to take the fight to other planets. Small, fast human ships attacked Zorthal supply lines. This made it hard for the Empire to keep fighting. Humans also made friends with other aliens who didn't like the Zorthal. The Quillians, who humans had met before, sent ships to help protect Earth. Other alien races, hearing about brave humans, started to rebel against the Empire too. As the war went on, humans learned and adapted quickly. They made special suits that let them fight in space. Human hackers learned to break into Zorthal computers. Earth's best pilots flew small, agile ships that could beat the big Zorthal cruisers. But the war was hard. Some cities on Earth were badly hurt by Zorthal attacks. Many brave people died fighting. Everyone was tired and scared, but they didn't give up. Humans knew they were fighting for their freedom and their future. The Zorthal started to have big problems. They weren't used to fighting a war for so long. Their soldiers got tired and their supplies started to run low. Some Zorthal planets stopped wanting to be part of the Empire. The Emperor's power was shrinking. A turning point came when humans and their new alien friends attacked the cosmic throne, the Emperor's huge space station. The battle was long and hard. Human ships flew through clouds of Zorthal fighters. Brave soldiers fought inside the station's twisty hallways. In the end, humans captured the cosmic throne. The Emperor escaped, but his power was broken. This big win changed everything. Many parts of the Zorthal Empire began to fall apart. But the war wasn't over yet. The Zorthal still had many ships and weapons. Angry Zorthal leaders wanted revenge for losing the cosmic throne. They started to attack human colonies on other planets. Humans knew they had to keep fighting. They had won many battles, but the Zorthal Empire was still dangerous. Earth's leaders made plans for a final, big push to end the war. As the next stage of the war was about to start, everyone in the galaxy watched closely. The Zorthal Empire had ruled for thousands of years, but now humans were close to beating them. No one knew exactly what would happen next, but everyone was sure it would change the whole galaxy forever. Big Space War. After capturing the cosmic throne, humans and their allies knew the real test was coming. The Zorthal Empire was hurt, but still strong. Both sides got ready for the biggest fights yet. This was the start of the Big Space War. The first major battle happened near Jupiter. Humans had built a big base on one of Jupiter's moons. The Zorthal sent a huge fleet to destroy it. The sky around Jupiter filled with thousands of ships from both sides. The battle was amazing to see. Zorthal cruisers fired giant lasers. Human ships zipped around, launching smart missiles. The space around Jupiter lit up with explosions. In the end, humans won, but just barely. Many ships were lost on both sides. This battle showed everyone that the war would be long and hard. Earth's leaders met to make a big plan. They called it Operation Starlight. The idea was to attack the Zorthal on many fronts at once. Humans used their star jumper engines in a clever way. They sent small, fast ships to pop up near Zorthal planets, attack quickly, and then jump away. This confused the Zorthal and made them spread their ships thin, trying to defend everything. Meanwhile, human scientists kept inventing new things. They made special computers that could guess what the Zorthal would do next. This helped human ships be in the right place at the right time. They also created energy shields that could stop most Zorthal weapons. The Zorthal fought back hard. They used their big ships to attack human colonies. Some colonies were lost, and many people had to flee to other planets. This made humans sad and angry, but it also made them fight harder. One of the biggest battles was for a planet called New Hope. Humans had just started living there, but it had become very important. The planet had special metals needed to build star jumper engines. Both sides sent their best ships and bravest soldiers to fight for New Hope. The battle for New Hope lasted for weeks. In space, huge fleets played cat and mouse among the asteroids around the planet. On the ground, human and Zorthal soldiers fought in the planet's thick jungles and steep mountains. During this battle, a human captain named Maria Chen became famous. Her ship was small, but she used it to trick a whole group of Zorthal ships into crashing into each other. After the war, kids on Earth would play games pretending to be Captain Chen. As the war went on, more alien races joined the human side. They saw humans fighting bravely against the Zorthal and wanted to help. Some brought powerful weapons. Others knew secrets about the Zorthal that helped humans make better plans. But the Zorthal still had some tricks. They used their advanced tech to make a super weapon. It was a big ship that could blow up whole planets. They called it the Star Eater. When humans heard about this, they were very scared. The Zorthal used the Star Eater to destroy one of Earth's colonies. Millions of people died. This was the saddest day of the war. But it also made humans and their allies even more determined to win. Earth's best scientists and engineers worked together to find a way to stop the Star Eater. They came up with a bold plan. They would build their own super weapon, but one that didn't hurt people. They called it the Nova Nullifier. The Nova Nullifier was a special device that could shut down any technology nearby. The plan was to get it close to the Star Eater and turn it on. This would make the Star Eater stop working. Getting the Nova Nullifier to the Star Eater was very dangerous. A team of the best human pilots was chosen for the mission. They used ships that could hide from Zorthal sensors. Everyone on Earth watched and waited to see if the plan would work. The mission was very exciting. The human ships had to fly through big battles, dodging lasers and explosions. At the last minute, the Zorthal almost caught them. But with great skill and some luck, they got the Nova Nullifier next to the Star Eater. When they turned it on, something amazing happened. Not only did the Star Eater stop working, but all the Zorthal ships nearby stopped too. The humans had won a great victory. The Zorthal lost their biggest weapon, and a lot of ships too. This battle changed the whole war. The Zorthal were losing more and more. Some of their planets started to rebel, saying they didn't want to be part of the Empire anymore. The Zorthal Emperor went into hiding. But the war wasn't over yet. The Zorthal still had control of many planets. They started to use meaner tactics, hurting civilians and destroying whole cities. Humans and their allies knew they had to finish the war quickly to stop more people from getting hurt. As the big space war entered its final phase, both sides got ready for the battles that would decide the fate of the galaxy. Humans had proved they were strong, but winning the war would take every bit of courage and cleverness they had. The entire galaxy watched and waited to see what would happen next. Humans do amazing things. As the war with the Zorthal Empire went on, humans started to do things that surprised everyone, even themselves. Their quick thinking and creativity led to amazing discoveries and inventions that changed the course of the war. One of the first big breakthroughs came from a young scientist named Aisha Patel. She found a way to talk to aliens without learning their languages. Aisha made a small device that could understand thoughts and turn them into any language. This helped humans make friends with more alien races and work better with their allies. In space, human pilots did incredible things. A group of pilots, led by a brave woman named Sofia Rodriguez, flew their ships into a dangerous space storm. They discovered that the storm's energy could make their weapons stronger. Sofia's team used this trick to win a big battle against a Zorthal fleet that everyone thought was too strong to beat. On Earth, people worked hard to protect their planet. A clever engineer named Chen Wei designed a network of satellites that could spot Zorthal ships from very far away. This gave Earth more time to get ready when the Zorthal attacked. Chen's invention was so good that other planets in the Human Alliance wanted to use it too. Humans also got very good at making their ships better. They took ideas from nature on Earth. One ship was designed to move like a squid, shooting out a cloud of special material that confused Zorthal sensors. Another ship could change its color like a chameleon, making it hard to see in space. But it wasn't just in battle that humans did amazing things. They also tried hard to help people hurt by the war. Dr. Maria Gonzalez created a new kind of medicine that could heal injuries very fast. This saved many lives, both human and alien. Her medicine was so good that even some Zorthal started to use it in secret. In the middle of the war, humans didn't forget about exploring and learning. A team of scientists, led by Professor John Okafor, made an exciting discovery. They found a way to travel through wormholes in space. This meant ships could jump to very far places in just seconds. It was faster than even the best Zorthal ships. This wormhole technology changed everything. Humans could now send help to faraway places very quickly. They could also surprise the Zorthal by showing up where the aliens didn't expect them. The Zorthal couldn't understand how humans were moving so fast, and it made them very worried. Humans also did amazing things to help planets hurt by the war. Emma Chen, a brilliant environmental scientist, invented machines that could clean up worlds damaged by Zorthal weapons. Her machines could make air clean again and help plants grow on ruined planets. Many aliens were thankful for Emma's work, and it made them like humans even more. One of the bravest things happened on a planet the Zorthal had taken over. A small group of humans snuck onto the planet to help the aliens living there. Led by a former teacher named Michael Okonkwo, they taught the aliens how to resist the Zorthal without fighting. Michael's group helped the aliens do clever things like jamming Zorthal communications and tricking their computers. Back on Earth, not all the amazing things were about technology. Artists and musicians created new forms of art that brought humans and friendly aliens closer together. A famous human painter named Yuki Tanaka made pictures that aliens could see in special ways, showing colors humans couldn't normally see. Her art galleries were popular with both humans and aliens. Humans even found ways to make friends with some Zorthal. A human diplomat named Jamal Hassan started secret talks with Zorthal who didn't like the war. Jamal's kindness and wisdom convinced many Zorthal to stop fighting and work with humans instead. This made the Zorthal Empire weaker from the inside. As humans did more and more amazing things, they started to change how the whole galaxy worked. Planets that had never worked together before started trading and sharing ideas. Humans helped set up new schools where young aliens from all over the galaxy could learn together. These schools taught about peace and how different kinds of aliens could be friends. All of these amazing human achievements started to make the Zorthal Empire fall apart. More and more planets left the Empire to join the humans and their allies. Some Zorthal even asked if they could live on human planets because they liked how humans did things. The war wasn't over, but things were changing fast. Humans had shown they could do incredible things when they worked hard and used their imaginations. People all over the galaxy started to think that maybe humans were special. Some aliens even said humans might be the ones to bring peace to the whole galaxy. As news of human kindness, bravery, and cleverness spread, more and more aliens wanted to be on the human side. The Zorthal Empire was getting smaller every day. Humans and their allies started to think about what the galaxy would be like after the war. They dreamed of a time when all aliens could live together in peace, sharing their best ideas and helping each other. The amazing things humans had done gave everyone hope for the future, but there were still battles to fight. The Zorthal Empire was weak, but not beaten yet. Humans knew they had to keep being brave and clever to win the war and make their dreams of peace come true. Bad guys lose. The time had come for the final big fights against the Zorthal Empire. Humans and their alien friends had worked hard and were ready. They knew this would be tough, but they were brave and determined to win. The Zorthal were scared. They had lost many battles and a lot of their empire, but they still had some strong ships and weapons. The Zorthal leaders decided to make one last, big attack to try and win the war. The final battle started in a place called the Omega Sector. It was a part of space with many stars close together. The Zorthal brought all the ships they had left. The sky was full of lights from thousands of ships on both sides. On the human side, Admiral Jane Chen was in charge. She was smart and brave, and everyone trusted her. Jane had a clever plan. She split the human fleet into 3 groups. One group would attack, one would defend, and one would be a surprise. The battle began with loud noises and bright lights. Zorthal ships fired their big guns. Human ships zipped around, firing back. Smaller ships from both sides had fights between the big ships. It looked like a giant fireworks show, but it was very dangerous. At first, it seemed like the Zorthal might win. They had more big ships and were pushing the humans back. Some people were worried, but Admiral Chen stayed calm. She was waiting for the right moment. Then, something amazing happened. The human ships that were hiding came out of nowhere. They had special devices that made them invisible. These ships appeared behind the Zorthal fleet and started attacking. The Zorthal were surprised and didn't know what to do. During this fight, a young human pilot named Alex Tran did something very brave. The Zorthal had a huge ship that was causing a lot of trouble. Alex flew his small ship right up to it. He used a new weapon that could shut down the big ship's engines. It worked. The huge Zorthal ship was stuck and couldn't fight anymore. The battle went on for 3 whole days. Everyone was tired, but they kept fighting. Slowly, the humans and their friends started to win. More and more Zorthal ships were destroyed or ran away. On the last day, something big happened. The humans found out where the Zorthal Emperor was hiding. He was on a secret base inside an asteroid. Admiral Chen sent a special team to capture him. The team was led by Captain Maria Rodriguez. She and her soldiers snuck into the asteroid base. They had to fight some Zorthal guards, but they were careful and smart. Finally, they found the Emperor. But when they saw him, everyone was surprised. The great and powerful Zorthal Emperor was actually scared and hiding. He didn't look strong or brave at all. When he saw the humans, he gave up without a fight. News that the Emperor had been captured spread quickly. All across the galaxy, Zorthal ships started to give up. The bad guys had finally lost. Humans and their allies had won the war. There was a big celebration on Earth and many other planets. People were happy that the fighting was over. They danced in the streets and hugged each other. Aliens who had helped humans were celebrated as heroes too. But winning the war didn't mean everything was perfect. Many planets had been hurt by the fighting. Some alien races had lost their homes. Humans knew they had a lot of work to do to help everyone. Admiral Chen and other leaders from Earth met with friendly aliens. They talked about how to make things better. They decided to create a new group called the Galactic Alliance. This would be a place where all aliens, even Zorthal who wanted peace, could work together. The Zorthal Empire was gone, but not all Zorthal were bad. Many of them were happy the war was over too. Some even asked to join the Galactic Alliance. Humans had to learn to forgive and give them a chance. One of the best things that happened was the sharing of ideas. Humans taught other aliens about things like democracy and freedom. Aliens taught humans about their science and culture. Everyone was learning from each other. The galaxy was changing in good ways. Planets that never talked before were becoming friends. Trade between different alien races made everyone's lives better. Schools were opened where young aliens from all over could learn together. But there were still some problems. A few Zorthal didn't want to stop fighting. They hid on faraway planets and caused trouble. The Galactic Alliance had to work hard to keep everyone safe. Humans had a big job in the new galaxy. Because they had led the way in beating the Zorthal, many aliens looked up to them. Humans had to be wise and kind to help make a good future for everyone. As the dust of war settled, people started to think about exploring again. There was so much of the galaxy they hadn't seen yet. Humans and their new alien friends got ready for big adventures together. The old Zorthal Empire was just a memory now. In its place was a new time of peace and friendship between all kinds of aliens. It wasn't always easy, but humans and their allies were excited to build a better galaxy together. New space friends. 5 years had passed since the big war ended. The galaxy was a very different place now. Humans and aliens from all over were working together to make things better. This new time was exciting, but it also had some challenges. The Galactic Alliance, which humans helped start, was doing well. Its main office was on a beautiful space station called Unity. The station looked like a giant silver flower floating in space. Inside, aliens of all shapes and sizes worked together. On Unity, you could see amazing things. There were tall, green aliens talking with small, blue floating creatures. Humans walked side by side with friendly Zorthal, who had chosen peace. Everyone was learning from each other and making new friends. One day, a young human named Zora visited Unity with her school. Zara had been born right after the war, so she had always known a galaxy with many alien friends. As she walked through Unity, she was amazed by all the different aliens. Zara met a young Quillian named Bloof. Quillians looked like big, fluffy elephants. Bloof and Zara became friends right away. They spent the day exploring Unity together, trying foods from different planets, and watching ships come and go from the big windows. While Zara and Bloof played, grown-ups on Unity were working on big projects. One of the most important was helping planets that had been hurt in the war. A team led by a human scientist, Dr. Yuki Tanaka, and a friendly Zorthal named Zexval was making new machines to clean up damaged worlds. Dr. Tanaka and Zexval were a good example of how former enemies could work together. Their team had humans, Zorthal, and many other aliens. Together, they had already helped fix 10 planets. Aliens living on these planets were very thankful. Another big project was building new homes for aliens who had lost theirs in the war. A kind Quillian architect named Rumbo was in charge of this. Rumbo designed amazing cities that could float in the air or under the sea. These new homes were built on empty planets, giving millions of aliens a fresh start. Education was very important in the new galaxy. Unity had a big school where young aliens from all over could come to learn. Teachers from hundreds of planets shared their knowledge. Students learned about science, history, and how to get along with different kinds of aliens. Zara was excited when she heard about this school. She hoped she could study there one day. The idea of having classmates from all over the galaxy seemed like a dream come true. As the Galactic Alliance grew stronger, it faced some problems too. Some aliens still didn't trust each other. A few planets didn't want to join, preferring to be alone. The leaders of the Alliance had to be patient and show everyone how working together was good for all. Exploring was a big part of life in the new galaxy. Ships were sent out to find new planets and meet new aliens. One of these ships, called the Starhopper, had a crew of humans and aliens. They worked together to chart unknown parts of space. The Starhopper's captain was Maria Chen, a hero from the war. Her crew included humans, Quillians, friendly Zorthal, and even some aliens they met on their journey. They had many exciting adventures and helped solve problems on the planets they visited. Back on Earth, things had changed too. Cities now had special areas where alien visitors could feel at home. You could see Quillians walking in parks, Zorthal eating in restaurants, and other aliens enjoying Earth's beauty. Humans had to learn new ways to be good hosts to their space friends. One big change was in how humans thought about their place in the galaxy. Before, many humans only cared about Earth. Now, they felt connected to the whole galaxy. Kids like Zara grew up thinking of themselves as galactic citizens, not just Earth people. Sports became a fun way for different aliens to come together. A new game called Starball was invented that aliens of all shapes and sizes could play. It became very popular, with teams from many planets competing in big tournaments. There were still some scary things in space. Sometimes, explorers found dangerous creatures or angry aliens who didn't want visitors. The Galactic Alliance had to be ready to protect everyone, but they always tried to make peace first before fighting. As years went by, the galaxy became more and more united. Aliens who were once enemies became close friends. They shared their best ideas and helped each other. Life wasn't perfect, but it was getting better all the time. Zara, like many young humans and aliens, looked to the future with hope and excitement. There was still so much to explore and learn. New friendships were waiting to be made with aliens they hadn't even met yet. The story of how humans said hello to the galaxy, fought a big war, and made new space friends was told to children on many planets. It taught them that being brave, kind, and working together could solve even the biggest problems. As the galaxy continued to change and grow, one thing was clear. The future would be full of adventure, friendship, and wonder for all the space friends, both old and new.